Dear students, welcome back. So today I am here with one more illustration in accounting for royalties. So today we are solving illustration number 5 in accounting for royalties. So take down the illustration. So the illustration is on 1/1/2015, Anjanadri Mining Limited leased a land from a landlord for a minimum rent of rupees 1,20,000. For the first year, rupees 2 lakh in the second year, and thereafter rupees 4 lakh per annum, and royalty is that rupees 10 per ton with power to recoup short working over the period of 2 years after the occurring of short workings. So here, in this problem you have to understand, so Anjanadri Mining Limited has leased a land from landlord, clear? So that for a minimum rent of rupees 1,20,000, what is the minimum rent? 1,20,000 is for the first year, and rupees 2 lakh in the second year, and thereafter after 2 years, so the standard minimum rent will be 4 lakh per annum. So, and the royalty payable is rupees 10 per ton with the power to recoup the short working over the period of 2 years after the occurring of short workings. So, if there is any short working on royalties, so that shortage or short working can be recouped, that can be recovered after 2 years from that particular year. Okay, so this is the brief introduction part of this problem. So where he has given the information about the minimum rent, where he has given the information about royalty rate, and where he has given the information about the recoupment of short working. Clear? So this is the primary information section we can say in this problem. So secondary, so that is the data what we require, that has been given. So they have divided two column, one is year and another one is output in tons. So in the year 2015 they have produced 10,000 units. In the year 2016 they have produced 19,000 output, that is 19,000 tons. In the year 2017 they have produced 31,500 tons of output, and in the year 2018 they have produced 27,000 of tons of output. So, and in that year there was a strike for 2 months. There was a strike for 2 months. Then in the year 2019, 40,000 tons has been produced. So this is about the production information, and you must remember in the year 2018 there was a strike. So strike for how many months? 2 months. So let us see further what all the details he has given for the next after the strike period, how to be considered and all. So that he has given in the adjustment part. So there was a provision in the lease that in the event of strike and the minimum rent not being reached, so if the minimum rent is not reached, there is a provision in the agreement. So what is that provision? So rent not being reached, the actual royalties earned for the year discharged as all rental obligations for that year. Suppose if you are not able to reach the minimum rent, especially with the event of strike, so in such a case, whatever you have produced, so whatever the income you have generated, so that is only to be considered as a minimum rent. So that all the obligations will be discharged in full. That is what he has said for that year only. You should remember, it is for that year only. Year in the strike has took place in the year 2018. So that obligation of rental will take in that particular year. So that will be effective to that year only. So prepare minimum rent account, royalty account, short working account, landlord account in the books of Anjanadri Mining Limited. So this is the question what have been quoted. See, to prepare royalty account, minimum rent account, short working account, landlord account. So all this account, if you want to prepare a ledger account, so you must prepare analytical table first. So in that analytical table only we are going to get all the answers. So just from that analytical table, we are going to post the answers to the respective ledger accounts. Correct? So let us open analytical table. So you know that analytical table consists of 10 columns. So 10 columns, go ahead. Number 1, year, then output, then royalty rate, royalty payable, then minimum rent, short working, surplus, short working recovered, short working not recovered, and ultimately amount payable. So this is the 10 columns which you have to draft. Clear? This is the table. You should keep it ready to solve the problem. So now let us do the analytical part of the information provided in the problem. So let us take the first year which has been given, that is in the year 2015. So what is the output? So how much tons we have produced in the year 2015 in the problem he has given? 10,000 units, 10,000 tons of production had happened. So at the royalty rate, how much? 10 rupees. So now put those place, that is in the output column 10,000 and royalty rate 10 rupees. So 10,000 into 10. So royalty payable comes to 1 lakh rupees. Royalty payable comes to 1 lakh rupees. So now look at the minimum rent part which has been given in the information, that is in the primary information of the problem. So royalty paid, that is the minimum rent has to be payable in the first year 1,20,000 rupees. So in the minimum rent column, how much you are supposed to enter? 1,20,000. So enter it, 1,20,000. So now compare minimum rent and royalty payable, whichever is greater find. So minimum rent is greater. So whenever minimum rent is greater, that is very clear there is a shortage. There is a short working. So how much short working? Minimum rent minus royalty payable. That means 1,20,000 minus 1 lakh. So the shortage is 20,000 rupees. So enter that short working 20,000 in the short working column. So surplus nil, then short working recovered nil, short working not recovered nil, but amount payable how much? Whichever is higher out of royalty payable or minimum rent. So which one is greater? Minimum rent. So amount payable column, write down 1,20,000 rupees. Yeah, done. 2015 done. So next let us move towards 2016. So in the year 2016, how much is our production? So how many tons we have produced? We have produced 19,000 tons, correct? Yes, 19,000. What is the royalty rate? 10 rupees. So put that output column 19,000. In the royalty rate put 10 rupees. Now multiply 19,000 into 10. So how much it comes to? 1,90,000 rupees. So royalty payable column 1,90,000 rupees. So now look for the minimum rent for the second year which has been given in the problem. So he said 1,20,000 for the first year and 2 lakh rupees for the second year. So 2 lakh rupees is the second year minimum rent, correct? So enter that amount in the minimum rent column, 2 lakh rupees. Again the same method, compare royalty payable and minimum rent. So which is greater? Minimum rent is greater because minimum rent is 2 lakh and royalty payable is 1,90,000. So it is very clear there is also a shortage. So how much is the shortage? So that is 2 lakh minus 1,90,000. 10,000 rupees is the shortage. Correct? So post that shortage to short working column. So 10,000 rupees to short working column, enter. Okay, so after that surplus, no, dash. Then is there any short working recovered? No, dash. Any short working not recovered? So no, dash, because we are in the second year. Okay, so now amount payable column, again I always tell you people that compare the royalty payable and minimum rent. So whichever is greater, that goes to amount payable column, on condition that if there is no any adjustment, that means short working recovered. So that if that is not the case, if short working is not recovered, directly post it. Okay, so we are posting 2 lakh rupees to amount payable column. Okay, so are you all clear? Yes. So let us move further. In the year 2017, how much production had happened? So the total production, that is output, 31,500 tons. So 31,500 tons into rate of royalty is 10 rupees. 31,500 into 10, 3,15,000 rupees in royalty payable column. So royalty payable column, how much? 3,15,000 rupees. So now minimum rent. So minimum rent, I think you have read the question clearly. So in the while telling about minimum rent, while clearly they have mentioned that. So in the first year, the minimum rent is 1,20,000. Second year, the minimum rent is 2 lakh rupees. And in the thereafter, that means after second year, so for the rest of the years, the minimum rent will be 4 lakh rupees, except if there is a strike. Correct? So then we have already done with 2 years. So we are stepping into third year. So in the third year, minimum rent we should consider how much? 4 lakh rupees. Correct? So minimum rent is 4 lakh. Now compare royalty payable and minimum rent. Which one is greater? Minimum rent. Yes. So again there is a shortage. Correct? So how much is the shortage? So minimum rent minus royalty. Minimum rent is 4 lakh minus royalty 3,15,000 rupees. So short working is 85,000 rupees. How much short working? 85,000 rupees is the shortage in that particular period. Clear? So now, since it is also a short working period, so no surplus, nil, then short working recovered, nil, short working not recovered. If any short working occurred, so which have done, which have crossed 2 years of period, so that should be shown in a short working not recovered column. Correct? So that means, so we are in the third year, because he said a short working recouped period will be 2 years after the incident. So first year there was a short working of rupees 20,000. Second year we are done. Now we are at the end of third year. So 2 years gets over. So that is why short working not recovered we should reflect here, because we are completed 2 years here. So first year short working has to be shown in short working not recovered column. So how much is the first year short working then? 20,000 rupees. So directly enter in the third year short working not recovered column, 20,000 rupees. So amount payable, obviously how much? 4 lakh rupees, because minimum rent is the greater one in this problem also, in this year also. Okay, so next we are moving on to the fourth year. Clear? So fourth year, that is 2018, we have produced 27,000 tons. So there was a strike of 2 years. So you should remember, whenever 2018 that comes in the question, he said clearly as mentioned in the bracket, strike for 2 months. So that we should keep it in our mind. So on a condition, there was a provision in the agreement also. What was that provision? In the case of strike, if any case of strike, so whatever ultimate production had happened, that will be considered as a minimum rent. So you need not to worry. So whatever output you got, whatever the amount you got, you show it as a directly minimum rent. You need not to mention 4 lakh here, because there is a provision in the agreement. Clear? So actual output will clear the obligation of minimum rent. That is what he said. So according to that, According to that information, 27,000 into 10, that is 2,70,000 is royalty payable, and minimum rent also 2,70,000. Okay, so then there is no short working is dash, then surplus dash, short working recovered dash, short working not recovered. See, we are in the fourth year end. So if there is any short working in the second year, so that amount should be reflected in short working not recovered, because to recoup the short working only 2 years time has been provided in the problem. So second year, third year we have done, we are already in the fourth year end, so we have not recovered. So that is why second year short working should be shown under the column of short working not recovered. So how much is the second year short working then? So look out, so 10,000 rupees. So in the fourth year, that is 2018, short working not recovered column, enter 10,000 rupees. So amount payable column 2,70,000 rupees, because minimum rent and royalty payable both reflects 2,70,000 only. So amount payable also 2,70,000 rupees. Okay, so next we are further moving on to the fifth year, that is 2019. So we are moving on to the 2019 fifth year. So what is the production had happened in the fifth year? So 40,000 output, that is production 40,000 tons we have produced, correct? So what is the royalty rate? 10 rupees. So 40,000 into 10, that comes to 4 lakh rupees. So minimum rent, how much? 4 lakh rupees only, correct? So royalty payable also 4 lakh and minimum rent also 4 lakhs. So short working nil, there is no surplus at all, there is no short working recovered, there is a short working not recovered of third year, that is the 2017. How much short working was there? 85,000, that we couldn't able to recoup, because the duration was 2 years to recover any short working if any. So short working not recovered column in the year 2019, show it as a 85,000 rupees. 85,000. So now go to the amount payable column and enter, since here also amount payable, that means minimum rent and royalty payable is the same amount, that is both 4 lakh 4 lakh. So amount payable column also you should reflect 4 lakh only. So now we are done with the analytical table, where we got exact answers for all the ledger account which we are going to prepare. So now let us open a minimum rent account. So we are opening a minimum rent account. So with a 6 column table, that is date, particulars, rupees, date, particulars, rupees. So we are opening a minimum rent account. So that is date, particulars, rupees, date, particulars, rupees. So 2015. So on the debit side, 2015, to landlord account, how much we are paying a landlord, amount payable column, how much we have paid to the landlord in the first year, that is 2015. Go and check in the amount payable column, 1,20,000, correct? So 1,20,000 to landlord account. So 2015 on the credit side, by royalty account. So how much we could produce, how much we could generate the money out of production. So how much we generated, that is royalty payable column. How much we got royalty payable column? Check out, 1 lakh rupees. So in that year there was a shortage. So now look in the short working column. So how much shortage was? 20,000 rupees. So by short working account, 20,000. So try to understand. To landlord account, that is a minimum rent column amount I have taken, 1,20,000. So that 1,20,000 we could able to match up with royalty payable plus the short working. That is why by royalty account 1 lakh rupees we got, and by short working account we got 20,000. So both the side total 1,20,000, 1,20,000. Okay. So now in the year 2016, to landlord account. to landlord account. 2 lakh rupees. So 2016, to landlord account, 2 lakh rupees. So now again look, so could we met that minimum rent in the year 2016? No, right? So by royalty account, so check out in the analytical table how much we could able to generate from royalty payable column in the second year, that is in the 2016 year. So that is 1,90,000 rupees. Clear? So then how much is the shortage there? Out of 2 lakh, we could able to generate only 1,90,000. So by short working account, how much short working was there? 10,000 rupees. So both the side total 2 lakh and 2 lakh. So now move further. 2017, to landlord account 4 lakh rupees. 2017 by minimum rent account. So how much minimum rent was there? That is 2017 by royalty account. So in the third year, we could able to generate only 3,15,000 out of royalty payable. So 3,15,000 by short working. There was a short working. There was a shortage in the year 2017 also. How much? 85,000 rupees. So 3,15,000 plus 85,000 short working column amount. Put together, we could reach 4 lakh, 4 lakh. So next, 2018, to landlord account, 2,70,000 and by minimum rent account, 2,70,000. You might wonder why minimum rent account here, 2018, even though it is lesser than minimum rent, because in the adjustment he said there is a provision in the agreement, if there is any strike happens, so whatever the actual output has been given, that should be considered as the minimum rent. So that is why we have taken 2,70,000 as the minimum rent directly. So 2019, to landlord account 4 lakh. 2019 by minimum rent account 4 lakh. Both the side 4 lakh, 4 lakh, because this is the year where we could reach the exact minimum rent and exact royalty payable out of the output, out of the production had happened. Clear? So 40,000 tons of production we have done. So 40,000 into 10, 4 lakh rupees. So minimum rent also 4 lakh. So that is why by minimum rent account 4 lakh. So we are done with the minimum rent account. So next we are moving further to royalty account. So now open royalty account with 6 columns, that is date, particulars, rupees, date, particulars, rupees. So in the year 2015, to minimum rent account, how much we have paid? 1 lakh rupees. So 2015 by P&L account 1 lakh. Both the side total 1 lakh, 1 lakh. So in the year 2016, to minimum rent account, how much we have produced? That is 1,90,000. There was an actual royalty, so enter that amount 1,90,000. 2016 by P&L account 1,90,000. 2017 to minimum rent account 3,15,000. By P&L account 3,15,000. In the year 2018, to minimum rent account 2,70,000. By P&L account 2,70,000. Total both the sides same. And 2019, to minimum rent account 4 lakh. By P&L account 4 lakh. Both the side total same. Clear? That is 4 lakh, 4 lakh. So this royalty account we have prepared out of the information which we have in the analytical table in the amount column, that is royalty payable column. I have extracted this amount information from the royalty payable amount column. Okay, so you can also cross check once. Okay, so next we are done with the royalty account. So next further we are moving towards short working account. Okay, so now this short working account also has 6 column as usual. Date, particulars, rupees, date, particulars, rupees, and whatever the information I have posted here, so that is exactly I have taken it out from the analytical table short working amount column. Okay, so I've considered two here. One is a short working and another one is a short working not recovered. Okay, so if it is recovery is there, so that is also we will consider. So you must be very clear while preparing short working account. We consider short working amount column, then short working recovered column, then short working not recovered. Okay, so 2015 debit side to minimum rent account, how much? There was a shortage of 20,000 short working column. So 2015 at the year end, by balance carried down 20,000, both the side total 20,000, 20,000. So 2016 to balance brought down, that is previous year balance to 20,000 I have brought it down. And in the second year, is there any short working? Yes, there was a short working. How much? 10,000. So to minimum rent account 10,000 rupees, that is second year short working. Total it 30,000 at the end of the year 2016. By balance carried down 30,000. Both the side total 30,000 and 30,000. In the year 2017, to balance brought down 30,000 rupees. To minimum rent account, how much the short working in the third year? So just check in the analytical table, 85,000 rupees. So now add, that is 30,000 plus 85,000, that comes to 1,15,000 rupees. 1,15,000 rupees. So in the year 2017, by P&L account, so there was a not recovered short working, that is 20,000 of the first year. So by P&L account 20,000, that is short working not recovered, transferred to P&L account. By balance carried down 95,000 rupees. By balance carried down 95,000. Both the side total 1,15,000, 1,15,000. So next move further to 2018. To balance brought down. To balance brought down how much? 95,000 rupees. So I have carried forward the same. 95,000 at the end of 2018. Since in that year there was no any short working, so there is no further entry in the debit side, only one entry, that is balance brought down 95,000. So 2018 credit side by P&L account, second year short working, how much? 10,000 rupees. So which we could not recover, so that should be transferred to P&L account. So by P&L account 10,000 rupees, by balance carried down 85,000 rupees. Both the side total 95,000 and 95,000. So on the debit side 2019, to balance brought down, that is 85,000 rupees, which is brought forward from the previous year carried forward figure. 85,000 has been brought down 2019 by P&L account because we could not able to recover it. So 85,000 by P&L account in the year 2019. Both the side total 85,000 and 85,000. So now we are done with the short working account. So next let us move further, landlord account. So again, landlord account consists of 6 columns, date, particulars, rupees, date, particulars, rupees. So here you must be very clear. So whatever the amount I have taken in a landlord account, that is actual amount payable column amount. Whatever we have entered in the last column of analytical table, that is amount payable column. Okay, so take down on the debit side 2015 to bank account 1,20,000. By minimum rent account on the credit side 1,20,000. Both the side total 1,20,000 and 1,20,000. Second year, that is 2016. To bank account 2 lakh rupees. By minimum rent account 2 lakh rupees. Both the side 2 lakh, 2 lakh. So you are clear, right? Where I have extracted the amount, I have taken the amount which is amount payable in the analytical table. So that column amount I am transferring here. So next in the year 2017, to bank account 4 lakh. 2017 by minimum rent account 4 lakh rupees. 2018 to bank account 2,70,000 rupees. 2018 by minimum rent account 2,70,000 rupees. 2019 2 bank account 4 lakh, buy royalty account 4 lakh. So you might wonder why buy royalty for 5th year 2019, because we could able to reach minimum rent. Our output could match up with the minimum rent, so that we reached in the 5th year. So that is why royalty payable, that amount exactly I have considered under this. Okay, so for that particular year 2019, clear. So we are done with the landlord account. Now let us open Anjanadri Mining Company account. So again 6 column table, date particulars rupees, date particulars rupees. So it is a opposite version of landlord account. What all you debited, you credit here. What all you have credited there, you debit over here. Okay, so 2015 buy two minimum rent account 1,20,000, buy bank account 1,20,000, both the side total 1,20,000, 1,20,000. So 2016 two minimum rent account 2 lakh, 2016 buy bank account 2 lakh. So both the side total 2 lakh and 2 lakh. Third year 2017 buy minimum rent account, sorry, 2 minimum rent account 4 lakh, 2017 buy bank account 4 lakh. 2018 2 minimum rent account 2,70,000, 2018 buy bank account 2,70,000, both the side total 2,70,000, 2,70,000. And the last year 2019 2 minimum rent account, so that is a royalty account, because we could able to match up the royalty amount with the minimum rent. So that is why two royalty account 4 lakh, and 2019 buy bank account 4 lakh, both the side total 4 lakh and 4 lakh. So we are done with this illustration number 5 completed. So practice, take down the problem, learn properly, understand properly. Again take it down and solve by yourself after watching the video, so for more clarity. So if you have any doubts, kindly reach me out. So I'll be right back with one more problem. Until then, take care, bye bye, see you soon.